Hey my friend, this is Sundar and you are watching Lakshya Motivational, where we talk about simple secrets for a happy life. Friends, as you know, I bring some stories time to times in front of you, and through that story I am trying to build my confidence in this language. So let's start. Today I also have an interesting story in front of you. So without further delay, let's dive into the story. Friends, once upon a time there were two friends named Krishna and Tushar. They were both friends. They live in the same village. They were also in the same school. Krishna Krishna used to pray to God, and he thanked for all that he had in his life. He was intelligent, helpful, and happy from his life. On the other hand, Tushar was lazy and unhappy about his poverty. He even sometimes was jealous from the happiness of Krishna. One day, when Krishna was returning from the school, he found a boy wounded lying in the middle of the road. He approached him, he brought him to his home. He and his mother gave him first aid. They also gave them some food to eat. When the boy was recovered from that wound and felt okay, he returned to his home. In fact, that boy was a prince. He didn't tell about his identity to them, as he was a prince. On the way, when he was returning to the palace, he told everything to his father, the king, what actually had happened to him. He told him that he was helped and cared by the Krishna and his mother. So the king was very happy to hear all about that. The next day, the king called Krishna to his palace, and he thanked to him and showered him with lots of nice and precious gifts and some fine clothes. He also gave him a house to live in. When Tushar heard all about these gifts, he was jealous of Krishna. He also thought of a plan to get those gifts from that prince. So next day he requested to his father for a large sum of money so that he could buy some fine gifts and foods to the prince. What could his father do in front of the stubbornness of his son? He gave all that he had to his son. Then Tushar bought some fine gifts and some precious clothes like a royal robe. He take those gifts and approached to the prince. He offered him that gifts to the prince. The prince was happy as well as surprised also. He thought that why this village boy would present him such a precious gift. He accepted those gifts and told about those gifts to his father, the king. The king was also very surprised. He even couldn't understand why this village boy was presenting such a special gifts to his son. He wanted to know it curiously about all these things. So he called to his ministers and inquired and told them to just do some inquiry about those things which Tusar has done to them. So the next day the ministers chatted with several peoples and found behind the reason of that gift. They reached to the king and told that the Tusar, the Tusar is jealous of Krishna. He told him, "My lord, as you have given some precious gifts to Krishna, this boy Tusar also wants to receive all those gifts from the king. That's why he has done all these things." The king was very clear about the matter. He ordered to his ministers, to his people to send him some ordinary food and clothes. When Tusar received those gifts, he was unhappy. He got angry and sat lonely. When his father returned to his home, he asked, "My son, what's the matter? Why are you so sad?" The Tusar answered, "My father, the king is totally unfair. Look, he has gifted some precious gifts to Krishna while some ordinary ones to me. You must know that this is not unfair, and the king is absolutely unfair to his people." So his father, the father of Tusar, explained him to the situation. He told him that, "My son, you are wrong here. The king is not unfair. He has rewarded Krishna not just for his food and first aid that the prince had received from them, but he had rewarded him for his generosity that he showed to the prince." And he further told him that generosity is the quality which is always rewarded, which is always praised by everyone. And his father explained further that, "My son, as you are not so generous, instead you are jealous and greedy. That's why you are rewarded with some ordinary things." Tusar was very clear what his father wanted to explain him. On that day, he decided to be selfless and generous to everyone, and he applied that principle in his life, and further in the upcoming days he was always selfless and generous to each and everyone that he came across in his life. Friends, so the moral of the story is, we must be generous, we must be kind instead of jealous. We must be kind, we must not be jealous with anyone. So my friends, did you enjoy this story? How was my explanation to this story? I hope it was not so bad, but it's my try, and I will try my best in the upcoming stories. Hope you would cope with me. As you know, my friend, that English is not our first language, so we fumble many times, and it takes some time and practice. So it takes uh, sometimes it takes a long time and a lot of practice to be fluent in this language, and what we can do is try hard and harder, try harder and harder. So I am trying to put my best efforts in my journey. And what about you? Are you doing something interesting about your fluency? Are you trying to enhance, are you trying to improve your capability to learn this language, to speak this language? Please, if you are agree with me, then please try this method also, which I am applying for myself. I Whenever I get some time, I try to record my own video and go through those video again and again and find my mistakes. I try to correct my mistakes in the next upcoming video, so that uh, I will be a fluent in this language. So thanks for your cooperation. Thanks for watching this video till the end. We will meet again in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. Thanks for watching.